Greetings, welcome back to my channel. So now, during the apocalypse outside, I decided to do a stroll through memory lane to a much simpler time and much more interesting time technology-wise. So in front of you is a small stack of movies that I own on the format called UMD, Universal Media Disc, which Sony released alongside PlayStation Portable when they released it in way back in around 2005, if I recall correctly. So I always really like the format. It's really up my alley. It's just a movie and nothing else. Here I have a small menu, maybe some language selection, but that's it because the disc cannot hold as much data as a DVD. The main focus was only on the movie and not on the special features, and that's totally fine by me. The problem that the format had, and it was only one, it's the mistake that Sony made when they launched it. The first model of the PSP, the PSP 1000, or the fat one, it didn't have video output to the television, and that blowed on all levels because those things costed as much as DVDs. And to motivate, if you wanted to motivate people to buy them, you should have given them the option to watch the movies on the big screen from the very beginning. And since all of those movies were DVD quality, it could have been done, especially if you see the updated models from the Sony PlayStation Portable. So yeah, that was pretty much the only immediate downfall of the format. I have to say, quite a lot of movie studios did release a good bunch of movies on the format, so there was a good choice selection at the beginning. But yeah, because there was no TV out on the PlayStation Portable, many people thought it was a bit of an expensive thing just to watch on a portable device. After that, of course, Sony released the PlayStation Portable 2000 model, which did have a video output and could go all the way up to component, which did it a lot of favors. And if only it was from the beginning, I think UMD could have had the same lifespan as the PSP did. But all those technical things beside, I wanted to show you the movies that I have, and I wanted to play a clip of one of a trailer that I have on a UMD. That came on a demo UMD disc that was distributed at the very launch models of the system. So first, the movies I have. I'm planning to collect more of them because I simply like the format and I'm able to watch it the right way on a big screen. So the first one, I was actually quite one of my favorite movie comedies of all time, American Pie. A lot of fun. It's, of course, it's a teenage movie, but it's a teenage movie from the good times, not the soy times. Ghost in a Shell, an anime classic. Great movie. I wouldn't even mention the picture quality because they're all good. And upscaled correctly, they still look brilliant on a modern 1080p screen. The Dark Knight. The Batman Begins was also released, but The Dark Knight Rises was now released on UMD, unfortunately. Case of the Dragon. And this one, it's an idol, Japanese idol movie video, whatever you want to call it. It's a thing that only Japanese have, and I bought it just out of curiosity when I was in Japan on my very first trip. It's pretty much just watching a girl in a bikini for an hour. I don't get it, but yeah, there's a lot of things in Japan that are, let's put it, weird. Quantum of Solace. Casino Royale. And those one, if I will be given a chance, at least I will pick up all the Pierce Brosnan ones, but actually all the James Bond movies up to Quantum of Solace were released on UMD in a very limited form in a very limited release, but still all of them were released, so that's quite cool. It's another day, and Tomorrow Never Dies. So what I want to get a hold of is, of course, it's GoldenEye and World Is Not Enough. Second stack. Many of you hate this movie. I absolutely love it. It's Godzilla, the American one from the 90s, which I absolutely, it's a fun flick, and it's much more fun than the crappy 2 releases that came out recently, which are impossible to watch, in my opinion. Another fun flick that everybody hates, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I also like this one. It's a fun action adventure. The set designs are awesome, and so on. It's kind of a steampunk type of movie, with especially if you look at the set designs. The Simpsons movie. Ice Cube in The Next Friday. This good old Sin City. Hello Man. Really cool action horror, whatever you want to call it. A cool British crime movie, The Business. The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolution. Original Matrix I also have on UMD, it's just located elsewhere. So those were my UMDs, and now I want to show you the way I play it. I'm not going to move the camera too much, but there's my PlayStation Portable, and it's inside a cradle, media cradle, original Sony media cradle that was only released in Japan. So you pretty much plug your PlayStation Portable in, you get a remote control with it, and you're able to play it like a regular DVD player. And it's actually fully controls the PlayStation. So right now it went to sleep, and I can actually if I press display input, it goes into my screen. It's connected, by the way, to my DVD video processor / scaler, and it does also some cleaning up, some sharpening, so it looks pretty sweet on my modern screen. So as I said, I wanted to play a demo. It's a trailer that came on a demo disc. So here's those are some game demos. I have a dedicated PSP for playing video games. This one is purely for movies. And here's a Spider-Man 2 trailer. I'm not monetized, so I don't care what Sony does with this one. And play.
No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try,
Spider-Man killed my father. Ain't this guy dead?
it's the ones I love who will always be the ones who pay.
I can't keep thinking about you. I'm getting married.
I want a life of my own. I'm Spider-Man. No more.
Ladies and gentlemen, today you will witness the birth of a new energy source.
I like seeing you tonight, Peter. You take Spider-Man's pictures. Where is he?
I believe there's a hero in all of us. Even though sometimes we have to give up the thing we want the most.
Let's see who's behind the mask.
So that was the picture quality of the UMD video movie, and as you were able to see it, it was quite solid. The PlayStation Portable outputs at the maximum of 480p true component, and then the device that I have simply upscales it to 1080p, and it's as good as watchable as a regular DVD. So the format will be able to remain very watchable for a very long time. So if you get a chance to get into collecting this one, I really advise it. Thank you for watching. Until after the apocalypse.